Good afternoon. Today we're joined by the head coach of the USMNT, Pochettino, to preview USA Paraguay, presented by. Please raise your hand and say your name and affiliation, and we'll get started with questions. We'll begin right here.
Hi, Mauricio. Doug McIntyre, Fox Sports. What do you expect from Paraguay tomorrow? What do you want to see from your team tomorrow? And how do you balance playing guys that you know really well with some guys you want to take a look at this window?
No, my expectation is to challenge them. I think Paraguay is a very good team. It's a team that is very competitive, and I know Alfaro, and he's a great coach, and he's doing a fantastic job in the qualification for the World Cup. That was really tough. They finished in a very good place. I think it's a good test for us. Even if for us is maybe it's the first time that we are going to play with this starting 11, I think it's good because I think we need to translate our capacity to adapt quick, the capacity to be quick in the culture and idea, in the philosophy that we want to play. Even if we don't know too much, I think we did everything to try to create the chemistry in between the player that maybe didn't play much together. I think in 4 or 5 days, to create that chemistry that after can allow us to perform in our best way. But I think it's a very good test, very good challenge. I am so excited to see us performing against Paraguay and then against Uruguay. That is also going to be another great game.
Jonathan Tannenbaum from the Philadelphia Inquirer. I wanted to ask about Serginho Dest specifically, because he wasn't here last month. You make the formation change, time now running out of game minutes. How important is it for him to play in this new setup, get repetitions, for you to see him, for him to work with the players? Because it's a position that he can do a lot with, as we know.
Yes, I think it's about to see him because he didn't have the possibility to perform with us or to play with us because always was injured or some problem happened. No, he was not consistent in the last year. Now is a good opportunity for him. I think we have a good player in that position like Alex Freeman and Joe Scally, that they are very competitive and they can use playing in different. Serginho is more offensive than defensive. He's more. He needs to improve in defensive areas, but I think it's a great opportunity for us to know him, to see the capacity to adapt in our demands that are completely different for his club or for what's in the past here. I think yes, we are going to check, have the same possibility that the another player to be involved in the World Cup if he deserves to be, and and we are going to provide the possibility to compete for his place.
To your left.
Yes.
Hey, Mauricio. Steve Goff from Yahoo. What are some of the challenges for you not having all your regulars here, such as Pulisic and Adams? What advantages, disadvantages at this point leading to the World Cup to not have all the regulars here?
No, for me, I think are the players that today deserve to be here, and are the players that we want to see, are the players that are our choice, our selection, and then no one can feel safe, or no one can feel that it's going to be, even the name that you say, Pulisic or Taylor Adams. I think the federation is bigger than the names. That is the national team. That is representation of the country, is the everyone. We need our fans to support the national team. And it's a great opportunity in the moment that we decide to pick another player or to choose for another player, that player need to show up, step up, and say, yes, we have also the opportunity to be part of the roster for the next World Cup. But of course, the names that you are telling me are big names that they have great quality, great player, but in the same time, they need to be in a zone that is not comfortable. Because if not, okay, we wait to arrive to the world. But I need to perform. I need to prepare myself. I need to prepare. They need to prepare in a mental and a physical way. Christian, yes, I think he has a good time to recover in the summer, and then, okay, was injured in Milan during the preseason, and then with us it was in a bad luck situation that can happen. He was perfect when he played against Australia, but that happened, and we see what happened. The most important thing is that all the players arrive fit in a very good condition. The day that we are going to start the World Cup, or maybe a little bit before, because I need to prepare the roster, no. But yes, that is always for every single national team is the worry, to have all the players fit to make the right choice.
Mauricio, right here. Jeff Carlisle with
Okay.
ESPN. You've got a fair number of MLS players on the roster who are now in their off season. Their teams have been eliminated from the playoffs. To what degree are you and your staff engaged with them to make sure that they stay fit, they stay sharp, they kind of adhere to what you want from them?
Yeah, but not too many players, or so many players from the MLS that were
Not too many.
Not too many.
Not
Not too many.
We always talk
No,
about
only
there's
few.
too many and so many.
No, it's a joke in between us. No, I seen a few players that were out, last week, the week made the roster, but I think they keep training with their clubs. Also, the players that were waiting for they were also training, like today. So Philadelphia training, no teams were not competing, but were training. No, I think the conditions are perfect, and also we send, the
Training plans.
exactly. Exactly. To keep informed. Yes, in the week that they arrive here Sunday and Monday, they were very good. I think I cannot complain. They are fit. They were in a very good condition with the motivation so high. So happy in the way that from Sunday that we start to work, the player are.
Ron, straight ahead.
Ron Blum from AP. When you look ahead to May, do you anticipate you're going to bring in 26 players to that camp, or would you bring in a larger group and then make cuts over the 10 days, 2 weeks, and friendlies?
Good question. That is in my head, because I think I was part in 2002. I follow all the situations in the different national teams. I think it's difficult when you bring more than 26, and then you need to tell on the last day you are out. I prefer in the different way to bring the 26 that you believe that are going to be in the squad, and if something happen, you call someone, or you can, you can give a list of 26, and then another list with 60 players maybe, or 50 players, that is depend, and then be careful if something happen in the preparation, you need to be ready to come. Because I think it's so disappointed when you are nearly touching the World Cup and you need to tell few players. I think from the beginning, if you say, okay, that is the 26, that is a shock, but it's okay, you accept. But after to be involved and that's it, and then to go home, I think it's more cruel, that situation, that is the situation, and say, okay, we need you because something wrong happened or some player was injured, and when you come with the motivation to be ready because you know that it's going to be on the World Cup. What we don't want is to be cruel with the player. It's going to be tough because only you can select 26, and I think with this camp, I think we we coach we in 1 year 71 players, no, and it's going to be tough. But I think it's, for me, it's easier to call more players than 26. But I think I need to think in the human being and this side, and not to be cruel, because you train. You go home, it's tough.
We'll check the number for the number of players on the provisional roster for the 2026 World Cup. Last time was 55, so we'll see if it's 55 again this time. Second row to your right.
Hi, you were talking earlier about building chemistry as quickly as possible, and I'm wondering what sort of things you do to, facilitate that process to make sure the players are as connected as possible, and do you lean on some of the more experienced players to help you with that?
How you go about building chemistry within the group in a short amount of time.
How we are doing?
Yeah.
We build.
Yeah, and if some of
Yes, a lot of techniques, a lot of strategy that we put in place from the day one. Also with my press conference, with my message to the fans, with my message through you to the players that are here or not here. I think that is a strategy, a global strategy. You cannot be Harry Potter, no? And you touch and say, create chemistry. It's a big plan, no? A big plan of that everything is connected. It's difficult to describe now the plan very quick, but it's a massive strategy.
Straight back. Henry, all the way in the back.
Hey, Mauricio. Henry
Hello.
Bushnell from The Athletic. We asked you last week a lot about Gio Reyna. You also called Sebastian Berhalter into this camp. Were you aware of the history between their families recently, and was it something you had to address in any way?
I hear something, but for me it's not important, because in front of everything is the national team, and if we believe that Sebastian and Gio are important for us, I think it's a thing, and because I think these two guys are really intelligent and very clever, I think if something happen, for sure they are mature enough to deal with that. But I wasn't involved. I don't know. I hear, but I cannot judge. I cannot take decision from the past. It was a different environment. Now it's in a different, complete environment. And what I saw from the day one, the good syntony, the good teammate, I think interact, and the communication is fantastic in between, not only both in the way that they say hello and hug. I think that is not a problem, because the energy and the environment that now the player are, after 1 year working with them, is all positive. Only what can happen is to build a relationship again, if they want. Or I don't know if that happened or not, but it's all that I hear, no, from you or from media, no. But I think it's fantastic the energy and how the group is living, no, together. The last camp with different players, the camp before with different players, and now, we change names, personalities, but we keep the good energy in between everyone. And that is, I need to say something, because the staff, the federation staff, is doing a fantastic job too. Because when we talk only about player, is to change dynamics. One guy came from Spain the other day to watch the training session, and they say, "Oh, it's more stuff than more red than the blue." I say, "It's difficult to manage." Yes, it's difficult, because it's to go all go in the same direction is very difficult. But I think they're doing a great job, and that is very helpful for the future, for the present and for the future.
Hi, Mauricio. Seth Bertelny from few days, but I wanted to ask about a couple of the roster changes that you had to make.
Yes.
Timmy Tillman hasn't been with the group for a while, but he was brought in. What have you seen from him that made him the choice at central midfield ahead of some of the other options? And why did you bring in one player to replace two? Thanks.
Because we wanted to save money.
You're welcome, Sam.
No, I think Tillman was a player that we always, we pay attention on him. Then for different reasons, because of the characteristics of the another player that were involved. We wanted to call in January, but he was injured in the January camp. But he wasn't available to come. But I think now was a great opportunity because we needed a player, no, with the condition that he is showing in LA. And then it's a great kid like a Malik, no? And the characteristic is he's a midfielder that can act like a box-to-box midfielder, can play deep and can play high, but also can play like a number 8, can play like 6, 8, or 10. And what I like from him is the versatility with the ball and the balance in between the aggressivity and the capacity to build and to help to build and play, and also to arrive, and the capacity to maybe that is a thing to improve, but to score more goals. But I think the potential of his is massive. I'm so happy what I saw during one week, and then I repeat, great personality, great character. I think the staff and the teammate love him, and we too. But it's a great opportunity for him to be with us and to have the possibility in the future, to be involved again.
Same side, straight in.
Thomas Floyd, The Washington Post. Joe Scally this week discussed his comfort level playing a variety of positions as a wing back or a left back or a right back or even a center back in a back three. Just what is your assessment of where he could contribute?
The first part is...
Sorry, Tom, should you say again?
Joe Scally.
Yeah.
He discussed his comfort level playing a variety of positions. Just what is your sense of where he can contribute in your different systems?
He said that Joe Scally said he could play in a number of different positions. He could play like right-sided central midfield. He could play winger. What's your assessment of his ability to play different?
He said that he can play in different.
Yeah.
Agree. He can play. No, he can play. He can play. You will see we are going to use in some place that I think, believe that is perfect for him. But he can play in different, no? Depend of your club, depend the characteristics of your teammate. The coach always, select what is the best position, no? To try to get the balance, no? In both phases of the game. But for me, show what I am seeing from Sunday is a very good commitment, very focus into try to perform in all different positions. I think he's very versatile. He can play wing back, he can play full back with back four. Also, he can play like a third central back if we play with three. If we build with three, he can be one of the side. Also today that is very trending, the inverted fullback. He sometimes can go inside and play. I think he has a very good characteristics and is very competitive. And what we are seeing that is very competitive today inside, but also is showing good competitivity off the field, no? and that is what we want, is step up not only on the field, outside in the group, to understand what we expect from him.
Third row.
Hi, Mauricio. Ryan Tolmich from Goal. This is the first camp where you have Pepe, Balogun, and Wright together at the striker position. Those are three guys who are obviously.
Water?
What was that?
You want water?
Oh no, I'm good.
No,
I'm good.
because
I have one. I have
Sure,
one. I have
okay,
one. But the first time you have those three together in the striker position, and those are three guys obviously fighting to be your
Haji,
and
Pepe, and
Haji, Pepe, and Balogun fighting to be your starting number 9. What does that look like this week in training now that all three of those guys are healthy, scoring, playing well,
Yes.
and how do you kind of decide who gets the opportunities in this game and in the next game?
Yes, I think Haji is playing and are in the top in the league. I think we really know he play. I think Balogun now is playing more consistent, and Pepe less. Yes, we'll see tomorrow, but I think in the roster you need 3 strikers always. With 23, 24, or 26, 3 strikers you need to have the capacity to change the game sometimes if you are not doing well. And strikers are very important because the score goal is decisive. Yes, for me, I am happy with these 3. Of course, that Ricardo is a little bit in behind the other 2, but I think it's a similar situation that Gio Reyna is to give a big boost and motivation, and it's an opportunity in November because the squad is the squad that we select, and it was great to after 1 year because last game from him in the national team was in November in St. Louis, and today, if we not given the chance today to come, we need to wait 4 months more until March, to see again. That was, I think, great opportunity to give a big boost, talk with him, be with him, because I think he's an important player too, no?
Aquí Mauricio, buenos días.
Buenos
de
días.
parte de Telemundo. Te quería preguntar sobre el rival Paraguay, que mejor hizo las cosas, sobre todo desde la llegada del equipo que siempre tú lo enfrentaste muchas veces, un equipo muy aguerrido. ¿Qué tan importante es enfrentarte a un equipo de las características de Paraguay para Estados Unidos?
Sí, para nosotros Ecuador también fue un buen rival para medirnos, y ahora Paraguay y tanto Uruguay que han mantenido un nivel muy alto, las 3 selecciones en la competición en su carrera para clasificar en la Copa del Mundo. Creo que eso es algo que para nosotros, es lo que buscábamos, ¿no? Porque es lo que buscamos desde que llegamos a la federación, de poder tener rivales de identidad que nos presenten un desafío importante, ¿no? Eso es lo que queremos, porque pensamos que jugar en el equipo nacional no hay amistosos, ¿no? Entonces eso es lo que queremos generar, crear, no solamente esa cultura que estábamos hablando antes de fuera del campo, pero sino también dentro, de tener equipos, ¿no? que nos puedan presentar desafíos como nos va a presentar tanto Paraguay como Uruguay. Paraguay es un equipo muy fuerte, muy competitivo, donde Alfaro está haciendo un grandísimo trabajo, donde tienen las ideas muy claras, donde rinden muy bien, donde es un equipo muy peligroso en diferentes fases del juego, y bueno, yo creo que el desafío es importante para nosotros, así que contentos de jugar mañana contra Paraguay.
La otra esquina.
Muy bien.
Profe, yesterday, Major League Soccer's board voted to shift to a European-style calendar. While the implementation will be probably maybe too far for your national team to perceive. True. You could still be in the job, that's true. But did you have a reaction? Could you share your thoughts on that, and could that help the national team program in the long term?
No, my reaction is well done, and congratulations, fantastic, I think, great decision. Only what we can do from my personal view and the federation, I think, to support and to not show our support, and I think it's a great decision. I think it's going to be good for the MLS. It's going to be good for soccer in USA. I am so very agree about the decision, and I'm happy because with me here or not, I think it's a good thing for soccer.
Why is that?
Because I think to follow the calendar of the, because I think we can match the competition, the international competition. I think it's going to be more, the feeling is going to be, like we are competing here in USA, like we are in Europe. That is always the reference, Premier League, Bundesliga, La Liga, or Calcio. I think the things that are good, because we are in a process to evolve, and develop the best way here to grow in that sport is to see the principal league, how they act and how they, are doing the things.
Straight in.
Andrew Jones, Believe Network. Always good to see you, Coach. I just want to ask you, with these two exciting CONMEBOL friendlies that you have, not only against Paraguay but Uruguay, you get another chance to face off against Marcelo Bielsa.
Yes.
For 39 years that you've been close with him. Have you had a chance to talk with him in the last few leading up to the build-up, and do you see more energy from him, from his already energized self, with his time with Uruguay?
It's going to be nice to see Marcelo. I think you know very well my relationship and my admiration and my love, in some way, and I think it's going to be amazing. And of course, Uruguay is doing also a fantastic. Marcelo is doing a fantastic job in Uruguay. They qualify and they play great. I know what it means to play for him, and I know what it means to play against him. And it's going to be tough, and for sure. It's going to be a game that is going to be really tough, but in the same time I want to enjoy because it's a possibility to see and to share time. And many years ago, 30 or 35, I don't know, who is going to tell me that they're going to face Marcelo Bielsa, USA and Uruguay, in a game here in America. I think it's fantastic in some way to suffer him, and in some another phase so is to enjoy having him next to us.
Do you want to say something about your
Yeah. No? Yeah. Okay. In Spanish?
It's okay.
No. Hoy hemos perdido, a una gran persona, del fútbol como Javier Ascargorta, que también fue una persona de las más importantes, en mi proceso de formación como entrenador. Hoy a la mañana me desperté con la noticia y realmente the show must go on, como decía, Freddie Mercury, pero quiero darle mi gratitud pública, él lo sabía ya privadamente, y mandarle un fuerte abrazo a toda la familia de Javier y a toda la gente que lo apreciaba y lo quería, pero para mí ha dejado un gran legado en el fútbol, en el soccer, y creo que es de esas personas que siempre seguirán existiendo y que han aportado a este gran deporte, al deporte que nosotros realmente queremos, la posibilidad de ser, de progresar, de cada vez ser mejor, pero también compaginando, y describiendo con su capacidad y su talento los valores que este deporte inculca, en cada uno de nosotros. Así que desde aquí mi mayor reconocimiento. Siempre lo recordaré como puse en mi foto de Instagram, con una sonrisa, un maestro, un amigo, una persona que inspiró a muchísima gente, no solamente a poder comprender y entender este deporte, a ser personas que entrenadores, ¿no? Y eso yo creo que va a haber siempre muchísimo, y yo personalmente le voy a dar... haremos todos, así que mi más solidaridad para la familia y todo mi cariño, y que siempre estará en mi corazón. Así que gracias y nos vemos mañana. See you tomorrow.
Thank you, Mauricio.
Thank you.